when you have an offense like Malvern Prep that's maximized beyond belief.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw number 2, Skylar Smith, use his legs there. I remember last year he really hurt the Explorers.
Sal standing tall right there. Like you said, Bob, just shy of the gain line. It looks as if the Friars are going to go for this. Or maybe.
Like it.
Yeah, I guess so. So I believe they took Bates off the field, or I'm maybe getting my numbers confused here. But regardless, a humongous fourth down right here.
Yeah,
not too much to go.
Yeah, fourth and 2 it looks like.
4th down and 2. They got a really, really strong kicker, and Dave Guerrero will talk about it.
Yeah, they were kind of hesitating a bit with that decision making, it looked like, and I'm sure they want to just discuss it. Still early on in the game, right? So.
And while they do, we're going to take a quick break and come back here on Bob Long Sports.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's.
It is 4th down and less than 2. Perhaps a hard count here, or will they snap the ball? They sure will. Bates tries to go off tackle. He's lit up by Jack Luthi. It's a turnover on downs.
And they try to run right over number 77, Notre Dame commit, right tackle. And just a stifling defensive play by Explorers. That's huge. That's a huge play.
Yeah, Jack Luthi turned up last week against the Knights of North Penn, and he seems to be doing it again right there with that huge stop.
Oh, that's massive. Friars had the ball on the 50-yard line to start their drive, and to come away with no points, that's a win. That's a win for Explorers D right there.
Yeah, you know, Luthi is a guy you can see get involved on every play, whether it be with a nice clean block or a clean hit or even a tackle like that. He's a guy who you just cannot take your eyes off of.
What year is he?
He, I believe, is a junior.
Okay. Keep an eye out for him.
Thanks for those of you just joining us and for hanging in there here from. That's a block tip there. Nice job by the defensive line of Malvern Prep. They got in there and made the play. Number 88, Bernard Blakey.
Yeah, he's lanky. 6'5", 215, and he's long, so he's able to get the hand up and bat down that pass.
So with 6:42 to play in the first quarter, still 0-0. LaSalle's offense went begging quickly in that first possession. LaSalle's defense got a big stop, and now Julian McFadden had every shot at it in the open field. Good pocket presence by Gavin Sidwar, and a great throw.
Yeah, great vision there from Sidwar, just kind of finding the nice crossing route there from McFadden. You know, right in his hands like that. That's one you really wish you had if you're the Explorers, and for a player as skilled as McFadden.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely wants that one back. But you know what? That happens. Short memory. He'll bounce back, and I'm sure I won't let that affect him going forward here. It's part of the game, you know.
3rd down and 10. They need to get to the 22-yard line for the first down. Sidwar steps up and is taken down. Number 35 in there on the tackle, Enes Udo, who had 2 sacks and 2 touchdowns in last year's contest. He's got another one there.
Yeah, Malvern Friar D-line just getting penetration early. There's nowhere to go with the football there.
Yeah, definitely setting some pressure, like you said, Ryan, very, very early. You know, Enes Udo is a tremendous athlete, and head coach Dave Guerrero speaks very highly of him.
Heck punts that one away. It's a good driving punt, but Pellicciata has it. There's a block there right on the first part of it. There comes a late flag from the other side of the field. It's a good call there. Not a smart play by Malvern Prep special teams.
Yeah, that'll drive the Friar offense back. So now LaSalle Explorer defense has to show up again.
Yep, and again, you saw that right at the tail end of the play there. Good call by the officiating crew. They'll back this one up 10 yards from that spot of the block in the back. Again, thanks to everybody for joining us here today. Got on just a little bit late here, and we apologize for that, working through some tech issues. The folks at OC High School have been tremendous, though, and we appreciate them having us. Let's take a look at the offensive line for Malvern Prep. They got 3 guys that are already committed to Division I schools and 2 other guys that certainly have the ability to play at that next level. Liam Haran, left tackle. He's going to play his football at Air Force. Orazio Nastis at 6'1", 265. He's at the left guard position. Dylan Kraza, a senior, who started at guard last year and was all-league offensive lineman. Logan Demchick and Peter Jones. On the right-hand side of the line, going to Harvard and Notre Dame, respectively. And the ball came out right at the end. They were the ones parting that Red Sea there for the quarterback, Skylar Smith. He did come back up with it. Should be enough for a first down, but Ryan Winslow, who's with us here, former LaSalle punter and NFL punter. As you know, Skylar Smith, he was electric in last year's contest.
Absolutely, and we just saw his legs on display with that keeper right there. Last year, he absolutely torched the Explorer defense with his legs. So curious tonight, you can see that knee brace on his left leg. Obviously, looks pretty good after that run, so we'll have to see how his leg holds up. But he's a super talented player, and clearly can hurt you with his arm and his legs.
And then a penalty against LaSalle moves up Malvern Prep right to the 21-yard line. Smith was injured in the second half of the season last year. Malvern Prep season took a turn for the worst at that point. Luthi again slicing into the backfield. He's been so good in the first 2 games of the season.
Yeah, Luthi just an electric player right there. Finding a way to just make a statement right there with that tackle.
Looking at the LaSalle starters on the defensive side of the football. Kieran Campbell at the defensive end position. Grayson McHugh opposite him. Jamel Williams, a 3 technique, will play at the defensive tackle position with Andrew Sorge and Tiernan McNichol splitting time at the 1 technique. Jack Luthi, Dylan Clare, Mason Lang, the starting linebackers with Matt Wills. He's out there on the field now. He's going to get a ton of time as well. Second down and about 13 after the loss induced by Luthi. Smith fires. That's a tough throw, and it was into the ground. Pellicciati couldn't pick it.
Yeah, we saw Jamel Williams right there with some tremendous pressure right there. The LaSalle defensive line definitely getting in the head of Skylar Smith.
Now brings up a long 3rd down, 3rd and 15.
In the defensive secondary for LaSalle, Joey O'Brien and Justin Hawkins, the 2 cornerbacks, with Carson Wakefield and Chris Filippo as the safeties. So from here, it would be about a 41-yard field goal into a ton of wind here from Carey Stadium. Smith stands in, fires, Pellicciati, touchdown. He got one-on-one against Dolan and beat him down the seam, 6-0.
Looks like Dolan might have just lost that football in the sky. It was a little bit of a wobbly pass. Dolan looked up for it, and the ball was already in the hands of the Malvern receiver. So that's 6 right there on a 3rd and 15.
Right where they left off last year. Malvern Prep led 7-0 at the half against LaSalle. Took off in the second half. And up and good.
Yeah, at least speaking in defensive terms here, really a tall order for a LaSalle team to be pinned back like that for 2 consecutive drives. To stand tall for both of those drives, that's a tall task right there. So if you're going to let up 6, you do it early, and then don't let it get the best of you here and come back with another response on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. It's still early. We're in the first quarter. There's a lot of football left to be played. I think we needed LaSalle's offense to come out here and put together a nice drive, right? Move the ball a little bit and start to get some momentum on the offensive side. Malvern seems to be kind of coming back and starting right where they left off from last season. I mean, obviously they had a really good start to this season before their quarterback, Skylar Smith, got injured. And tonight they look good again.
Yeah, of course, Dave Guerrera said at the start of the year that they're looking to return to that standard of excellence in 2021 where they won the Interac last year. Definitely an unfortunate ending for the Friars, and definitely coming back with a sense of vengeance, especially in this game, to start the season off on a high note.
Yeah.
Jack Plaze, we saw him fire that extra point through the uprights. We'll see his legs here. Going to Wake Forest to kick next year. A man after your own heart, Ryan Winslow.
That's good for him. And right there into the wind, he drives it deep to the 3-yard line.
Wrong guy to kick it to, though. Julian McFadden, a track star who gets great starting field position for Gavin Sidwar on the offense, back out there onto the field.
Yeah, McFadden right there making the most of that return, finding a way to take it outside, get some extra yards right there close to the hash.
4:39 to play here in this first quarter. We'll take a look at the LaSalle starting lineup offensively. Lucas Donahue, a senior, playing his football at Merrimack next year, stands at 6'3", 300. Plays on the left side at the tackle position. Tiernan McNichol at the left guard. Andrew Brennan at center. Matt Thiel and Chris Selecki on the right-hand side of the line. 5 seniors on this LaSalle offensive line, with Gavin Sidwar, the sophomore, standing in the shotgun position, and Stevie Davis, running back number 1. A Penn lacrosse commit is Stevie Davis. Sidwar, quick hit, and McFadden there out to lay some blocks. Creative play call there. It ends up with a gain of about 3 yards.
I like that play call a lot. Quick hitter, out in space. Look to spread the ball and get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. So that's a good play to start the drive.
We saw 2 of the starting wide receivers for LaSalle involved in that play. We mentioned the McFadden block. Completion was to Joey O'Brien, a 6'2 sophomore, Jimmy Dolan, J.P. Oates, junior and sophomore respectively. Quick out, and that's going to be enough for a first down, tiptoeing the sideline. 2 catches in as many plays for Joey O'Brien.
Another quick hitter there, but those chunk plays start to add up, and you see the Explorers start to move the ball a little bit. You don't have to air the ball out 20, 30 yards every play. These quick hitter plays are effective.
Yeah, it's a tremendous ability of Gavin Sidwar there, is able to release the ball as soon as possible. He knows his guy, and he throws the ball with tremendous accuracy.
A nice quick release.
Sidwar in the shotgun, lost the football, and able to get back near the line of scrimmage. That's a heady play from a sophomore there. Hey, listen, the play starts to break down. Take what you can and put the ball away.
Absolutely. That could have been disastrous, but he's athletic enough to catch the ball and not take a loss on downs. So obviously we know Gavin Sidwar was a freshman last year, learned a lot. I'm sure this year has a whole year of experience under his belt. So excited for the future. You know, young guy still, but obviously a really good player.
Handoff is to Stevie Davis and Malvern Prep. That gap integrity on that defensive line. Wedged on the outside. Nowhere to go up the middle. Heck of a defensive play.
Yeah, Malvern Prep right there, filling up that hole extremely quick, leaving Stevie Davis with nowhere to go.
They haven't really seen Stevie Davis get going tonight. Saw him break off that nice run early, but little quiet out of Stevie tonight.
3rd down and 10. They need the 43 of Malvern Prep for a first down. Sidwar, he'll take off with it and dives forward. It'll be right by the spot. The foot went out of bounds about a yard or 2 short, it would appear.
Yeah, Sidwar right there with an athletic play, able to get right to the marker. We'll see if it moves the chains. It actually does not. That'll be a 4th and 1 for the Explorers here.
It's a full yard. Ryan, you're the OC. What are you doing?
It's tough. I think I like this aggressive play call out of Coach Stein. It's 4th and 1. We're in plus territory. I'm happy with this decision.
It comes out of the shotgun. They try for the hard count. Now they'll look to the sideline. In the NFL, you might see Sidwar run up under center and try to quick snap it.
Looks like they might take a timeout here and think about it. Yeah.
Took it all the way down to 2:41 in a 7-0 Malvern Prep game. Timeout called on the field. Chance for us to tell you guys about our good friends Jim McLaughlin and Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Carrie Guerin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors. Our favorite LaSalle Realtors can help you buy or sell your home. Actually, what you can kind of see out here is a lot of great beachfront property here in Ocean City, New Jersey. If you want to get in on the game, give them a call. They can help you through the process. Maybe you're looking for a beach home. Maybe you're looking for a mountain home or a primary residence close to Malvern Prep, LaSalle, or wherever you might be. they're the best. They're professional in every aspect of it. They took my wife and I through the process and led to us buying our dream home. So if you need help on the real estate side, nobody else to call but Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Carrie Guerin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors.
All right, so a long 4th and 1 here for the Explorers.
Yeah. And what I've noticed is I believe Sidmar's been in the shotgun the entire game so far. Something effective here, we saw the Eagles do it a ton last year, is just put the quarterback under center and just drive forward with the quarterback sneak. So looks like he might be under center here.
And a different running back in the backfield. Gavin Muller is the fullback. They'll hand it off. Hit first. Trying to move it forward. I don't think he got there. Malvern Prep stands up.
A stifling stop by that Friar D-line. They just stopped him stone cold.
We still don't have a call. It was Chris Filippo, the 6'2", 205-pound running back. And now there's your confirmation. Malvern Prep does it on 4th down.
Yeah, we can see the LaSalle student section outrage there, but I do think that's the right call. You saw that Malvern D-line just come in and swallow that play up. I mean, they have some ball players.
Absolutely. And there was just no push out of the Explorer O-line right there. And Friar D just proven to be stifling tonight.
So both defenses have a 4th down stop at this point.
That's true. Two aggressive coaches here, going for it on 4th down, still in the first quarter.
I think it's the right place on the field for LaSalle to go for it.
I agree.
But now you put the ball back in the hands of lightning rod Skylar Smith. Hand off to Bates. Bates with a great cut up the middle, and he got half. Gain of 5 on 1st down to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, Bates right there, not the tallest back you'll see in high school football, but he finds a way to be elusive and kind of, make the most of what's given to him right there with that really tall and huge LaSalle defensive line.
Bates, a transfer from Haverford High School. Great running back, as you can see, but Dave Guerrero said, hey, he's even better on the production or the protection side of the offensive side of the football, preventing defensive ends from getting into the backfield to take down Smith. Now it's 2nd down and 5. Smith, Bates, and that's a read option there, a great read by Skylar Smith. Jack Luthi, a one-track mind. He was going after Smith, and Smith let the ball go.
Absolutely, the right decision there out of Smith to give the ball to his running back, who was able to pop off about a 10-yard gain. Yeah,
just that delay right there causes some hesitation, and someone like Jack Luthi right there potentially was in a position to make a tremendous hit on Skylar Smith. Great play call.
1st down and 10. Ball at the 44-yard line of LaSalle. Malvern Prep in the navy blue uniforms here tonight with a 7-0 lead. Another read option. Smith keeps it up the middle. Jamel Williams got one big mid on him. How strong is he to be able to pull him down on that play? Smith had a great crease up the middle on a good read.
Yeah, really liking what I'm seeing from Skylar Smith so far. Usually we see when a player undergoes an ACL tear, they're not able to have that same level of mobility. But, I mean, at least for him, it looks like he's picked up where he's left off.
I'd agree. He looks explosive, and he doesn't look hesitant at all, especially in the first action. I'm sure that Malvern had a scrimmage or a couple scrimmages, but this is the first live action. He looks really explosive.
38 seconds left in this first quarter. Smith. And that was close in terms of the contact from Joey O'Brien. Malvern Prep fans want the call. It won't come.
Yeah, regardless, excellent read there from Joey O'Brien. Just a great reactionary play.
Might have been a tick early, but got to go after the football. Ryan, you mentioned something on the prior play about, hey, Malvern may have had some scrimmages. They sure did. They played DePaul from here in southern New Jersey, and DePaul is a team that won the New Jersey State Championship last year.
Wow.
Played point for point. I think technically DePaul won, but based upon when they had a running clock, Malvern Prep had the ball deep in their territory down 7. Yep. They played punch for punch with the New Jersey State champs. This is a talented Friars team. 31 seconds left in this first quarter. Pellicciata comes in motion. Smith fires and it's deflected. Grayson McHugh. That's the length of 6'8" getting into the backfield.
Wow, 6'8", 222, Grayson McHugh. And you can tell, I mean, just from the booth, he's significantly taller than the rest of the guys on the field, and he was able to burst through and break up that play. 4th and 5.
I think it's another, oh man. Trust your Wake Forest punter to coffin corner and trust that defense, Ryan.
That's right.
I think that's the idea, but man, oh man, it has to be tempting to go for it.
Definitely. You're at that zone in the field where you might want to be aggressive, but the Wake Forest commit is going to try to hang one high into the wind and just set the defense up.
And it is a high one, really good-looking kick. And Dolan fair catches it at the 3-yard line.
Wow, so LaSalle pinned back deep right there, taking care of business, the Friars there. That's exactly what you ask for out of your Wake Forest commit punter.
So that was a great punt. Really nice execution out of him. And in terms of the LaSalle return, I didn't catch who caught that, but
Jimmy Dolan.
Jimmy Dolan. So normally, rule of thumb that my coaches always taught me is keep your heels around the 8 to 10, and if you have to back up, let it go over your head. Fake out. So we would have our returners run to the right, fair catch, pretend like it's a shank off the side of the foot to try to get the punt team to evade and get away from the ball.
And that's an analytics play too, right? So, hey, listen, you caught it at the 3. What are the chances what's the difference between the 3 and the 1? Give yourself a chance to get it out to the 20.
Exactly.
Dolan can atone here, though, as he gets out past the 10 to about the 12-yard line. That'll be a yard or two short of a first down.
That's nice. That takes a little bit of pressure off the offense, too. It started on the 3-4-yard line, so now you have a little bit more room to work with, 2nd and short. So look for the Salle offense to start a drive here, get some momentum.
Yeah, of course, and that's really a testament to Gavin Sidwar's quick release, like we said before, able to find Dolan in stride and create an amazing play there. Coming up with a 2nd and short.
They fake the give to Dolan. Now Stevie Davis knifes up the middle. Has more than enough for a first down.
It's a gritty run there from Davis. That's exactly what you need, and that's exactly what he's put on this field to do. He's a small guy. He's shifty, and he's built like a tank. He can just push through on those inside runs.
Absolutely, and the LaSalle line opened up a nice gap for him to run through, too.
That's the end of the first quarter. It ends on an 8-yard burst up the middle by Stevie Davis. Malvern Prep leads 7-0. Couple of defenses playing pretty good ball. No surprise between Malvern and LaSalle. Stay with us.
Perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able.
Second quarter action to get underway. Here is Sidwar. Fires to the outside. McFadden, you want to get this guy one-on-one in space. Breaking some tackles. He's across the 30. Gain of 12 for a first down.
And once again, we see that quick release and that quick hitter out of the LaSalle offense. And Julian McFadden able to extend the play and pop off a nice gainer right there.
Yeah, McFadden right there. Happy to bring that one in after his last play, that drop in the midfield.
It's a good confidence booster right there.
Definitely, and he's someone who you need to be confident. One of the best playmakers on this LaSalle team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sidwar stands in. Another quick hitter. This is for J.P. Oates. Good blocking down the field by McFadden. We've seen it a couple of times, Danny, from McFadden, willing and able to block. down the field.
Of course, yeah. You know, that's definitely a testament to this LaSalle wide receiver core. All these guys are tremendous blockers. They all have the size for it. You know, they all have the speed for it, and as well as the weight room capabilities.
Yeah. Can we confirm if John Dean is still the receivers coach?
There have been a lot of new additions
to
the offensive staff this year. We can get into that a little bit as Jimmy Dolan comes across the middle. Matt Hess, the new offensive coordinator. And we got several new coordinators on this LaSalle offense. John Steinmetz really happy with some of the new blood and some of the new looks that LaSalle is providing. You know, not what we've seen in the past. Joe Wade did a great job for many years as OC. Bernard Abrams, a one-year coordinator last year. Now it's Matt Hess's time. He's doing a great job. And a drop over the middle, Joey O'Brien.
Possible sun right there. I've noticed that there's a little bit of a shadow starting to cast. The sun is setting. So, yeah, we never know for sure, but maybe sun got in his eyes.
I think our folks looking to the bottom left corner and looking to see the clock would also agree that there's quite the shadow being put on the clock here. That's 10:29 to play in the second quarter, a 7-0 contest. And a flag on the play, a dead ball penalty. False start against LaSalle.
Pretty clean game, though, so far. You know, early in the season, sometimes there's some penalties. But so far, we've seen maybe one block in the back and one false start, one pre-snap penalty. That's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. So far, so good. But that was something that we touched on last game against North Penn. LaSalle did have a couple of flags late in the game when they put in some less experienced guys.
Sure.
And, you know, we were saying that's something that you really can't afford against a team like Malvern because those yards add up. When you have a team that is just full of punishers on defense.
2nd and 15. Sidwar steps up and slides. Also taken down on the play by Blakey. It's a gain of a few. Gets back 1 yard shy of the original sticks.
Yeah, so a huge 3rd and long here for the Explorers. Wide receiver deep.
So the line to gain, guys, is the Malvern Prep 41-yard line. Ball in the LaSalle 48. And it's a delay draw for Stevie Davis, running through defenders. He's got to get to the 41, and he dives for it. He might have gotten the first down with that final effort, and this one is worth another look.
Yeah, just pure effort out of Stevie Davis. A draw on 3rd and long, and he's able to just muscle through Malvern defenders and potentially pick up the first down. It looks like they're moving the chains. That's an unbelievable run, unbelievable effort play out of Stevie Davis.
Yeah, highlight play right there from Stevie Davis. You could see that contact trying to grip him around his waist. It's so hard to keep running when that happens, but that right there is a tough player, relentless.
Yeah, low center of gravity too, hard to bring down.
Maybe a play that changes the momentum a bit here for LaSalle as Sidwar steps up and avoids a big hit, gained about a yard.
The Explorers definitely starting to establish some rhythm in this drive here. You know, whatever it takes to keep on moving these chains.
Absolutely, and remember, this drive started from the 3-yard line, so.
It's a good start for LaSalle there, but you saw on that replay, when you look at the linebacking core and you got 3 or 4 receivers going out and everybody's looking into the backfield, that's a zone defense. So the eyes are reading Sidwar. Really tight zone there. Sidwar couldn't find anybody down the field. Also a big reason why he couldn't escape anywhere, because everybody sees when he runs. That's a heck of a throw into the zone coverage, and it's J.P. Oates all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Really nice play. Nice ball from Sidwar. Probably the longest throw of the game so far, able to complete it for a nice first down.
Yeah, that Sidwar to Oates connection is extremely solid, and we saw that a lot just watching some of these pregame warm-ups. That's a player he loves to find in stride.
It'd be like hard on the opposite side.
Jimmy Dolan, he got back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. Well defended there by Malvern Prep. Even when that first guy didn't get him, there were 3 guys there to make the play.
Yeah, they definitely swarmed to the ball there. They're finally starting to creep into the red zone. So let's see what plays we can dial up here. Try to get some points on the board.
And not in field goal range quite yet, you wouldn't think. With this heavy wind coming at you,
Yeah.
unproven kicker here for LaSalle thus far. Des Ortiz, the sophomore, slices through and gained 5, maybe 6, out to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Ortiz with a great gain right there. My apologies, Ryan. But he's able to really establish a nice third and medium as they bring Stevie Davis back onto the field, possibly to finish what Desmond started.
Yeah, I was just going to say that was a nice run. Did a little counter action, and LaSalle's line able to create a hole.
3rd down, and it looks like about 4 yards to go. Davis in the backfield with Sidwar. Faking the give, and there's miscommunication there. Sidwar threw the out, and Oates slanted across the middle.
Yeah, just maybe a slight miscommunication from the quarterback and receiver right there. Offense is still on the field, 4th and about 4 or 5.
You know, all things considered right there, a lot of air on that ball. I think the Explorers are extremely grateful to have that one go incomplete.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a ball you could see hang up sometimes, and then, you know, you have a pick, and that could result in a
need to minimize turnovers. I know last year there were a couple. Usually the team who wins the turnover battle wins the game, so definitely a good point.
7:06 to play, second quarter. Sidwar takes the snap, 4th down. He'll take off with it, and fire was over the head of Stevie Davis. Couldn't quite get the shoulders square to make that throw on point.
And he was rolling out to the left, so exactly what you said, Bob. He couldn't square his shoulders up, and that ball just sailed on him because I think he had Stevie Davis open, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, and I think it would have been enough for a 1st down. If not on the catch alone, there was some space to turn upfield.
Absolutely. That's a tough one.
Definitely, and then if you're Sidwar, you definitely want that one back. You're primed up in a red zone situation.
I don't know.
This portion of today's game brought to you by the Great American Pub in Conshohocken, and also 3 locations for the Great American Pub. A wonderful rooftop bar. It's run by the Hampshire family, a great LaSalle family. So if you're looking for someplace to go before, during, well, we recommend you go to the game during the game or after the game. Great American Pub is the place, and we appreciate their support of Bob Long Sports. Handoff on the jet sweep. Breaking tackles, churning the legs. He says, I see what you can do, Stevie Davis. I can do the same. A nice job on the play by number 5 from Malvern Prep.
And wrong roster.
Zay Johnson.
Zay Johnson refusing to go down.
Matt Will's one of the guys trying to bring him down, Ryan.
That's right.
6:30 on the clock. Still 7-0 Malvern Prep. And Ryan Winslow, our color commentator here today, in many ways a carbon copy of the first 24 minutes of last year's contest.
That's right. And we remember the outcome of that game.
Yeah, Malvern Prep took off in the second half.
They did.
Because of this guy, LaSalle gives up the edge, and Smith waltzes out of bounds. Big gain, 10+ yards.
And we saw Smith again using his legs, and that ACL, I mean, he looks really dynamic. He made a couple cuts right there. He really hurt LaSalle last year with his legs, and just have to try to keep him contained and not let him get to the edge, because he's really dangerous in space.
Yeah, Dave Guerrera said that, Smith this offseason had a tremendous camp. Tremendous work was done, to get him back to this level of athleticism.
Yeah.
Got the score corrected here, folks. 7-0 Malvern Prep. Pellicciata. A flag comes in the area of holding. It's a gain of about 5, but we will await the penalty call. Our cameraman, Drew Ansel, he's tight on the white hat. Here we go. What a veteran. It was a reunion of sorts, Ryan, when you walked in the building and saw Drew here today.
That's right. We go back to the St. A's days.
5:57 on the clock. Go ahead.
Yeah, so LaSalle definitely looking to take advantage of this right now. Anytime you can get some yards in return for a penalty like that, it's best to take advantage of them right now. So, Malvern pinned back on the 29. The Explorers looking for a nice 3-and-out here as we near the final minutes of the second quarter.
Line to gain is all the way up at the 49-yard line on this side of the field. Skylar Smith faked out everybody, include Pellicciata, got raked back. Good to see him up and moving here. We'll see this at 50% speed. Doesn't look good as his back kind of gets turned and the knees are exposed.
Yeah, always something you have to watch out for right there when you have a dual threat quarterback is just taking those hits. Sometimes they can just be too much, especially if you have some strong linebacker running at you.
Clock ticking down to 5 minutes and 6 seconds to play here in this first half. Stay with us. We're going to do our best to head down to the northwest end zone and say hello to Brendan O'Malley and the other members of the LaSalle Alumni Association. There's a wheel route, and it's wide open. Breaking this LaSalle defense down. Big play there for Malvern Prep, and into plus territory. It's number 3 on the play for the Friars. Big time from Chris Smith, the backup running back.
And just a great play call. He snuck Chris Smith out of the backfield on a wheel route, and there was no LaSalle defender within 20 yards. So that's just a really nice play call.
Yeah, the Smith-to-Smith connection right there. Finding a way to hit him in stride right there. Like you said, Ryan, not an explorer in sight.
It's man-to-man coverage there for LaSalle, so you run slants across the middle from that side of the field, wheel it out that way. And now here comes Smith again. He was competing against Bates for that preseason starting running back position. They might have themselves a two-headed monster.
Yeah, I mean, between Bates and Smith, these are two guys that can really do everything you need out of them. They've been proving that so far this game.
Pretty balanced too. Malvern's offense is just one-dimensional, right? We've seen some running plays. We've seen a nice wheel route, quick hitting. Seen some quick hitters. They haven't really aired the ball out downfield passing-wise, but pretty balanced game so far.
Clock is ticking here, getting late early in the second quarter, 3:40 and ticking. Smith fakes the give. Luthi trying to get after Smith, and he hits him hard. It's intercepted. Joey O'Brien picks it off. Jack Luthi provided the pressure in the backfield.
And a bit of a mistake out of Smith there. He was rolling to his left and trying to extend the play. Instead of just eating it, throwing it out of bounds, he tried to extend and make a cross-body throw, and phenomenal play by number 6, Joey O'Brien.
Yeah,
that's a wide receiver, by the way, too, Danny. That's the hands of a receiver playing defensive back.
Yeah, of course. You know, a guy like that, he's a two-way guy, Joey O'Brien, reading the ball right there. That's a tough play for Skylar Smith, throwing cross-body like that. You're backpedaling. You're nearing the hash on the sideline, and you have 5 or 6 explorers running at you full speed. That's a tough play to make right there, and an excellent read, Bob, like you said, by a phenomenal player in two-way Joey O'Brien.
Maybe a little rush showing, too, from Smith. You know, he tried to extend the play. It's his first game back from injury. Try to do a little bit too much right there.
Stevie Davis.
What a cut.
Now you see me, now you don't. Gets to the sideline. Big-time run. Hello, one-on-one against the defender. Leave you in the dust.
You see some of that lacrosse action coming out of Stevie Davis right there. Just that shifty head fake and completely made the Friar defender whiff.
That's Ben Cumpon who had him in the open field. Tough play against a running back like Stevie Davis. Sidwar again, pitch and catch. Now Stevie Davis into the open field. Cumpon wants some revenge, but guess what? Stevie Davis powers through.
The Explorers starting to take advantage right now of that pick and, you know, build some offensive momentum right now. You know, we're at 3 minutes left to go in the quarter. That's more than enough time to march down this field methodically and get a great score.
Absolutely. And Stevie Davis lowering his head right there and just bouncing forward for extra yards. You have to love to see that out of a running back who is not afraid of contact and is fighting for every extra yard.
Backup running back Des Ortiz in the slot, and he's going to get the catch and stumble forward. He got very close to the first down. Got low, kind of like a defensive end trying to swim move his way to the quarterback and able to elude that linebacker.
Des Ortiz right there with a heroic leap, getting it really close. The Explorers with a quick play call. And it looks like that'll move the chains.
And that'll be enough.
Yeah.
Good call there, Danny.
Yeah, great job right there. Great play call to be able to take advantage of that, quickness on that last play.
Yeah, it looks
preceding that.
Looks like we have a little no huddle too out of the Explorers, trying to go up tempo, build off.
2:15 and ticking to go. Sidwar fires to the sideline, a diving catch that should get him out of bounds as well. Jimmy Dolan makes the play, gain of about 4. Oh, beg your pardon, they called that incomplete. Get another look here on the replay. So clock does stop.
Just was out of bounds.
Yeah, may have been a tad bit to the left.
Yeah.
Just not able to just toe tap right there. Still a great effort regardless.
Sidwar, good drop, great footwork. Julian McFadden looking to get to the sideline. He was pushed back, so we'll get out of bounds. No, he won't. That's a tough call there by that official. You see him waving that arm, and I don't know if we'll get there because LaSalle's going to want to get up and snap it, but that's a really tough call to call that. Clock continues to move.
Yeah, not sure if I can agree with that one. I feel as if the play was still going on and McFadden would find a way out of bounds.
Sidwar scans and fires. There's J.P. Oates. He's got the first down and more. Down to the 35-yard line.
The Explorers really trying to run this really quick offense and take advantage of some defensive lapses for the Friars. Love that connection to Oates right there.
Yeah,
tremendous gain.
They definitely have the Friars defense on their heels right now. I like this up-tempo action out of the LaSalle Explorers.
1:20 to go here in this first half. LaSalle looking to get on the board. And Sidwar will take off. He'll get to the sideline and clock it there at 28-yard line, 1:11 to play.
So getting back to that call out of bounds, I don't know if the rule is different, but I know in the NFL, if you run out of bounds backwards, the clock continues to run.
Absolutely.
So Julian McFadden cut and tried to extend the play and maybe was running backwards when he went out of bounds.
I'm with you. The argument there might be that he was thrown back, reestablished himself, and got a yard forward as he got out of bounds.
Yeah, true.
Second down and 5. Sidwar stands in, fires for Davis. Davis makes a beeline to the sideline. He's out of bounds at the 22, 1:04 to play.
Davis with a quick reaction right there, catches the ball, and then zooms down the field for another 5 on that one. The Explorers continuously moving the chains.
Ryan, I think they might have found something against this Malvern Prep zone defense.
I agree. This is a great drive. They're building off that interception. They're going to this up-tempo play calling, and it's paying off so far.
It's been Sidwar's patience and the ability to look off defenders, I think, as well. That's been a big difference. Sidwar, and they're going to have to burn a timeout here. 57 seconds left. Now a whistle and some extracurriculars. Malvern thought the ball came out, perhaps.
Yeah, so a little scuffle right there after that play. I believe the Explorers also were vouching for a little bit of a late hit right there.
It sure was.
On Gavin Sidwar, and it definitely was, at least from our point of view here. That's justified. That is definitely justified.
Couple of things, right? It is justified. LaSalle doing the right thing.
Yep.
Malvern playing to the whistle.
Yep.
The whistle didn't come, even though the knee was down. That official has to make that whistle, blow the whistle a lot quicker there for player safety.
Yeah, scary sight. Sidwar, his season was cut short last year due to a collarbone injury versus St. Joseph's Prep. His safety is of utmost importance, and I think that the Explorers offensive line recognized that.
Quick timeout. We'll be back in just a minute here on Bob.
This home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
Second down and about 16 yards to go. 55 seconds left in the first half. Sidwar fires to the outside. McFadden is not going to get out of bounds. The clock will continue to run, and now it's third down and long. So you have to move quickly, but this play also has to yield some results. LaSalle in a tough spot.
Third and long, too, and I know it's an inexperienced kicker, too, so we don't really know his range. So we need to try to put some points on the board here.
Free rusher is Enes Udo. Sidwar fires. It's nearly intercepted, and it was nearly 6 the other way.
Gavin Sidwar,
Zay Johnson was all over it.
Unbelievable ability to escape the sack there and try to force a ball to his receiver on the right. And number 5 for Malvern, Zay Johnson, just dropped a definite pick 6.
Okay, so now 4th down and about 15 yards, 24 seconds left. Very clearly, 4 down territory. Got to go for it here. The line to gain is all the way down at the 12-yard line. Salle in the white with the gold helmets, and Malvern Prep rushes in the navy blue. Sidwar incomplete. Malvern Prep again stands up on 4th down. And they've just about pitched a shutout here in this first half. I would expect a knee to send us to the break.
Yeah, I agree. And a little bit of a question about that last play call. We needed 15 yards, and Gavin Sidwar decided to dump it 5 yards to his running back with the linebackers right there. So I don't think we were picking up a first down regardless there. So
and you had the other receiver crossing the field about 2 yards deeper than Davis. So 2 of the 5 options are within 10 yards.
Yeah.
I think that play did not go by design.
Yeah, I agree.
Pellicciata now cuts inside. He's taken down after a gain of about 5.
We got a little skirmish after the whistle there.
That's right.
Between Luthi and then as well number 55 on that Friar defense or offense.
Yeah, Logan Demchek. But we'll take all that to the break. It's 7-0. Malvern Prep leads over LaSalle. Carbon copy of last year's contest. Stay with us, folks. We'll have an interview with Brendan O'Malley of the Alumni Association in just a few minutes.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value, value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important: solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
When your car needs repairs and you can't wait, Meineke can help. With life's crazy schedule between work and family, you'll love Meineke's same-day service. Call today and Meineke will get your car in today. For new brakes, exhaust repairs, or your check engine light comes on, trust Meineke to do the job right. And families have been coming to Meineke for years because Meineke works on any make or model vehicle. Same-day service, value, and trust. Meineke, doing car care right.
What does this win mean?
Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage. Dedicated to getting it done.
The coaches at LaSalle are great because they strive for you to be your best.
I was able to maximize my full potential in terms of opportunity in football, wrestling, and lacrosse.
They're going to be pushed to be the best they can be in the classroom, on the field, in the pool, and just overall as a person.
Student first, athlete second. Before you have success on the field, you have to have success in the classroom so you can be on the field.
One thing I think makes LaSalle Athletics stand out are the facilities that we have. One thing I think makes the athletic programs here so strong is definitely the coaching and the staff.
I think I've improved as a competitor here at LaSalle because I'm always being pushed by coaches and by my peers. Seeing my peers work hard makes me want to work harder as well.
Where? Wait, I just lost them.
What allows us to keep winning is just our really strong sense of tradition and pride. We know that 30 years before us they won the PCL, so we're going to go out there and we're going to do our best to succeed like the guys before us did.
What does your character look like?
All right, guys, so you want me to start in like 5? You're gonna give me a hand signal? 5 seconds, 10 seconds or whatever?
He's good. You're good.
Where am I looking? All right, folks, it's halftime here at Carey Stadium in Ocean City, New Jersey. Look who we ran into.
Hey, Bob.
Brendan O'Malley.
Good to see you, Bob. Thanks for having me here.
So Brendan O'Malley is the president of the LaSalle Alumni Association Board. We're so happy to have you. What brings you down to Ocean City here today?
Well, we're lucky enough. Actually, we have a house a couple blocks away, super convenient. We came to the game last year, had a great time, and easy commute, but we would be here even if we weren't living down here. So great time, great start to the season. Love to see LaSalle at the shore.
Tell us about the Alumni Association Board, what the board is doing. I know you got some folks here hanging out today, which is great. What is the mission of the board, and what are you guys most looking forward to?
Sure. The mission of the board is to be a liaison between the school and the alumni, such as yourself. And essentially what we do is recruit young alumni, a diverse, dynamic group of individuals that want to give back. We run some events such as Homecoming, which will be on September 30th. We also are heavy on social media, and a big aspect of what we do is networking, Bob. We have a vast network of LaSalle alums going all the way back to the class of 1960, so all the way up through the most recent grad. So networking is a big focus of what we do, and acting as a liaison between the alumni and the school.
So you're a first-year president. You've been on the board for a very long time. You took over for a great man in Bill Murphy. What's Brendan O'Malley's goal for the upcoming year and the years to come?
So my goal is to expand the outreach of the alumni. We lose connection with individuals after they graduate. They go off to college, they go out, they get jobs, they get married, and then they come back in their 30s or 40s. We want to keep that connection strong from the time they graduate all the way through to the time that they have kids and sending their own kids to LaSalle.
You talk about this school, everything that the school does, Brother James and his leadership. From the time that you've left LaSalle to where you are now, what, maybe one thing's too tough, what are a few things that really stand out about the school?
Just the facilities are, it's such a sea change. I mean, they were nothing like what they are now. Listen, we walked down the same road to Springfield Township High School. We did the same type of activities, but the facilities and the amount of kids that go to the school now, the IT that they have, the computer programming, just far and away. And that stuff was bubbling up when we were there in the 90s, but it has really expanded, and it's a completely different place. I was just telling my friend Mike McGovern, a fellow class of 94, you got to get to the school. It's absolutely amazing. To see Bartley Field, Upper Bartley and Lower Bartley, it was just Bartley Field, and it was a rough patch of road, but now it's absolutely beautiful, and they've done a great job.
So before we talk a little bit of football here, anything we missed, anything folks out there that are alums of the school that haven't been engaged, what they need to know about the Alumni Association, how they can get involved?
We're always looking for extra set of hands. We're looking for individuals that want to give back. A lot of different things we can do, work on a golf outing, work on the Hall of Fame, work on homecoming, do a little bit of networking. We're always willing to get guys that had a good experience at the school and want to give back.
That's great. Well, hey, keep up the good work. I've enjoyed working with you over the years.
It's a pleasure.
We're going to keep up the good work. Let's talk football here. 7-0, same score as this game last year at this time.
I hear that because I recall last year LaSalle got kicked around.
Malvern scored 28 in the second half, so let's hope for LaSalle fans' sake that doesn't happen here. But what impresses you about Malvern, and what impresses you about LaSalle?
I mean, Malvern's defensive lines and offensive lines are really impressive, even after I know they graduated a couple of individuals. LaSalle is really hanging in there, and they have to produce, they have to score. They've done a great job so far. I will say one thing that jumps out at me, because I didn't watch the North Penn game last week, but man, LaSalle throws a lot. I mean, compared to when we were there, I mean, we were just, everything was off tackle, ground and pound, Joe Calistro style, but this is a much different offense. And Mr. Steinmetz was our defensive coordinator in the 90s when we were there. But, man, they really do throw the ball. So that's fantastic if they just got to connect on a big play.
How has the school done with alums like yourself and keeping you guys engaged? And specifically, when I say alums, I'm talking about football program alums, teammates of yours. Do you guys stay pretty engaged with the program and connected?
Absolutely. I mean, we were a tight group when we were in school, and that continues today. Some of my best friends are guys that I met freshman year, guys that we blood, sweat, and tears at Camp Canadensis, 3-a-days. I mean, it wasn't 2-a-days back then, Bob. It was 3-a-days, full pads, hitting every practice. Much different environment now, but lifelong bonds came from those days, so happy to do that.
Thanks for doing this. Appreciate you taking some time here at halftime. Thanks for supporting the school in all the ways that you do, and we'll keep getting the message out about the great things the Alumni Association Board is doing.
All right, Bob, thanks for everything you do. Thanks for working on the board, and let's go LaSalle.
There you go. Brendan O'Malley, our guest here at halftime. What a great job he did. Thanks again, everybody, and we'll be right back.
Till it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
I say that LaSalle fuels my passion because it has such great programs with what I'm interested in.
LaSalle affords you the opportunity to get involved in as much as you possibly want to. There's tons of different clubs and activities with any different interest you could have.
No matter what you're doing, you'll be supported by your peers, and LaSalle will become a place that you love to go to and you will want to go to every day.
I think it was pretty easy to make friends. I feel like the most friends I made came through my extracurriculars.
What I love about LaSalle is you could make relationships with other people by getting out of your comfort zone. That's what LaSalle really teaches us, to be open and be open to meeting new people.
You're always going to gain something from clubs. Even if you find out that that club isn't for you, you're still going to pull something away from it, come out with new friends, have new connections.
Getting involved definitely helps you meet new people.
You want to come to LaSalle because you want to be able to explore. You want to be able to try a number of different opportunities we have to offer here.
You're going to really discover what it means to be not only a LaSalle gentleman, but also develop with your own passions and have all these different opportunities to try things that you might not have.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgages dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps your...
I really want to thank our guest, Brendan O'Malley, president of the Alumni Association here at LaSalle, for joining us at halftime. He's partial. He's cheering for those Explorers. He wants them to get on the board. Let's see what type of second half we have underway. Stevie Davis will kick this one deep, and that's with the wind. Backs him up to about the goal line. Good blocking here. This is Achilles Tucker Turner out to the 30-yard line. A good start.
Yeah, Bob, like you said, tremendous blocking on the Malvern side, finding a way to equalize Jack Luthi, who was poised for a big hit. I think the officials have
got a
some
stoppage
discussion.
here.
Yeah.
Maybe it was too good a blocking. Indeed it was.
Wow.
A hold against Malvern Prep. And that's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Now they're doing it right from the 29, so perhaps it was right from where he was tackled.
Yeah, Malvern Prep just inadvertently latching on right there, but the Explorers can totally take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the second half here, try to contain Malvern's offensive attack. They've gained some yardage with Skylar Smith's feet on the ground. So I feel like containing him is probably a key moving forward here in the second half.
The wind is howling. You can hear it coming through your television at home. Pelliciotti, Hawkins, one-on-one, and how big was that?
So, Bob, while you were doing the interview, we had somebody come up and say it's actually pronounced Pelliciotta. Pelliciotta?
I think with an A to finish it off. Yeah.
But
one guy.
Anyway, absolutely, he's a good player, and that was a nice play out of Pelliciotta.
Well, taking a look at the last name, I can infer that it's an Italian last name.
Yes.
And, I think that those Italian last names can be tough to pronounce.
One thing you do need, one guy you need to tell that to is Dave Guerrera, head coach of Malvern Prep. That's where we got our intel from leading into the game. And they definitely emphasized the chi, Pelliciotta.
Pelliciotta.
But nonetheless, we're going to stick with Dave for now. I do appreciate anybody that comes on up here and says hello to us, so we appreciate that. But we'll connect with Dave after the game. 3rd down and 1 coming up after the gain of 9. Third down and 1. Smith in the shotgun. Luthi got in, pulling him down. It's going to be really close. Second effort may have gotten him there. Chris Smith.
Chris Smith on the carry.
One more look. And they are moving the chains forward. First down on that second effort.
Much to the dismay of the LaSalle student section, you can hear the boos.
Smith again in motion. Smith, this is Skylar Smith now taking it up the middle, gain of 5. So Skylar and Smith and Chris Smith, no relation.
Yeah, regardless, though, Skylar Smith with a tremendous gain there to get 5 yards. That's exactly what you need to do on a nice 1st and long.
And once again, Malvern's O-line is just—they're big. I mean, you look at the numbers, their specs. They're just a big group, and they're opening up big holes for this Malvern rushing attack.
2nd down and about 5, maybe 6. How about Kieran Campbell? That's a senior play there. I don't think that flag was coming out until he very vigorously argued.
Yeah, well, Kieran Campbell, one of the senior captains of this LaSalle team and, a leader in that sense. But, just about the alertness and the vision from a player like that, able to identify something like that on the field before anyone else.
So back to the sticks, 9:19 and ticking here in the 3rd quarter. Handoff, Chris Smith. Nowhere to go. LaSalle in there on the stop. It ended up being Wakefield to take him down. He may have gotten a yard after all that. Pretty nice play, but LaSalle got 2 guys in the backfield, one of which was Luthi. And Ryan, we've been saying his name a lot.
We have. He's a good player. He was able to disrupt that handoff and get in the backfield, and then Wakefield came in and cleaned it up. That's good defense.
3rd down and 8. Already a big play early in this 3rd quarter. Smith will roll to his left and fire towards the sideline. Pelliciotta taken down. Nice play defensively by LaSalle.
Really nice play defensively. Got Pelliciotta out in space, but still short of the 1st down. So it brings out Malvern's punting unit.
Yeah, Salle with some great lockdown defense there on 3rd and long. As we can see, the student section a little bit fired up now, possibly creating some momentum here. It's a huge stop coming out of the half.
4th down and 3. Plaze! Wow, that was quite an effort by LaSalle. Nearly blocked. It ends up being a pretty good punt into the wind.
Oh my goodness, right there.
Wow.
It could have been a tremendous punt block right there. We saw it happen last week against North Penn with the field goal, and wow, it could have been right there with the punt block.
LaSalle had it looked like 3 defenders surrounding the punter. I can't believe he got that one off.
What are the odds? What are the odds? Just finding a way to slip it past the LaSalle arm in the middle of the air.
And it got a decent bounce, too. I mean,
sure did.
That was not a bad punt at all.
Malvern lives to see another day. Carey Stadium just last week hosted IMG against St. Joe's Prep. It was broadcast on ESPN. And St. Joe's Prep got both a punt block touchdown and a strip sack returned for 6. LaSalle was close to accomplishing the same feat. By the way, the only 14 points that St. Joe's Prep scored the whole night in a 17-14 narrow loss.
I heard there were a lot of D1 commits on the field that night.
That there were. Stevie Davis twirls his way forward for a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9 coming up.
I'll tell you what, though, there's a pretty good crowd here. I know this is, usually full, but there's standing room only around the
entire
field. Yeah.
This is a great turnout for 2 programs that love being down here every year. Hope that they continue the tradition for Labor Days going forward. Now a little toss sweep. Stevie Davis cuts it inside. Stevie Davis right to the 35-yard line. That's the line to gain. Still no signal from the officials.
Yeah, we saw Stevie Davis in space there. I feel like that's the first time that we've tried to run the ball outside the tackles, and it proved to be effective.
1st down.
All right, great. Yeah, great way to move the chains right there. Stevie Davis, like you said, he kind of cut through the outside, found a nice little open hole. That's a tremendous gain. The Explorers need to establish some consistency now.
Sidwar in the shotgun. That's Des Ortiz in motion. Sidwar fakes, throws for Davis. It's a great play call, and Davis executes to perfection. No flags on the field, a gain of 14.
Yeah, Davis right there, a little 1st down celebration right there to establish some swagger in this LaSalle offense that's running through him.
And they faked the swing pass to Ortiz and then actually slipped it to Stevie Davis. And that was a creative play call, a little bit of misdirection, and able to have a nice chunk play.
And Ryan, really important on that play as well that Stevie Davis catches that ball in the backfield, because both Matt Thiel and Chris Selecki on the right-hand side of that line getting down the field to block.
Great point. Yeah, would have been a legal man downfield. So, heady play from LaSalle's offense.
6:14 to play. A short gain on 1st down off the right tackle from Stevie Davis. Danny, I think that was probably part of the discussion at halftime. We've seen how many touches Stevie Davis has gotten to start the 3rd quarter. You got a ton of underclassmen, skill players, very, very talented. There's still one bell cow, and that's your senior, Stevie Davis. It is going to be a penalty pushing LaSalle back. 10-yard penalty on the play. Going to end up being 1st and 19 just based upon where the hold took place.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough result for LaSalle. 1st and 19 is no easy task. That's a tall order right there, but time on the clock here for them to get something going.
LaSalle doesn't use a tight end, do they?
Not often. The 4 skill position players they like. And Malvern Prep all over Joey O'Brien. 2 guys in there on the stop, one of which was Chris Lake, the senior.
Yeah, O'Brien met with some serious force there across the middle with the slant play. That's a really tough play to get some yardage on, because, a lot of those guys on the inside can find a way to read that really quickly and react.
Yeah, Malvern, they swarm to the ball, too.
Yeah.
They really, I feel like they have that gang mentality. They were able to stop that play in its tracks.
Clock continues to move in a quick moving game here from Ocean City, New Jersey. That ball was elevated and airmailed. Good defense on the play by Zaid Johnson. And all of a sudden, Ryan Winslow, we're seeing Zaid Johnson's name said more and more. He has ball hawk out there.
Absolutely. It was a nice defensive play. Ball sailed a little bit on Sidwar, but he was all over that, and it was really nicely defended.
Yeah, Johnson right there, I think, understanding how much of a weapon these LaSalle receivers can be, and he's hot. He's hot on these guys.
Third down and long. Sidwar stands in, and he'll go down. Ennis Udo, how good has he been off the defensive line? A second sack for him.
Yeah, a clear passing situation from the Explorers, and you see Malvern's D-line just able to get penetration and stop LaSalle's offense.
Yeah, I mean, Ennis Udo coming in at 6'1", 205. A lot of that is just pure muscle right there, as we saw at the celebration, laying the hammer after that hit.
Yeah, it was almost like a Jeremiah Trotter axe down.
Yeah.
He's explosive.
Big moment in this game here, guys. Heck punting into the wind. Malvern brings the pressure, and Heck got it off. And it takes a massive LaSalle hop. Exactly what the doctor had ordered, all the way back to the 25.
Yeah, there was pressure on that punt, so nice poise there to get it off, and an unbelievable result with a nice bounce.
4:21 to play here in this third quarter. You're watching Bob Long Sports and our coverage of LaSalle basketball. This portion of today's game is brought to you by Next Play Basketball, an AAU basketball organization right here in the Philadelphia area, run by Matt Paul. We had a chance to spend some time with Matt last night. He's a great guy and is doing great things for young kids. Very involved with some of the LaSalle basketball players, and LaSalle has a new basketball coach by the name of Ryan Ansel, who's doing a great job. And I know we can't wait for basketball season here in the winter. A big stop. Bates nowhere to go. And it's that interior defensive line in there on the stop, along with Campbell and McHugh from the defensive end position. But again, want to thank Next Play Basketball for their sponsorship with teams from 3rd through 12th grade, boys and girls. If you're looking to get better at basketball, if you're looking to take that next step for your local team, for your high school team, whatever that might be, Next Play Basketball is the way to go. Very robust Facebook page. You can get in touch with them there. Want to thank Matt Paul and Next Play Basketball for their sponsorship. Second down and 12. Skylar Smith. LaSalle brings the rush. Smith towards the sideline. Palacciata comes back to the football. It's completed on the far side of the field. First down.
And that's a long pass from Smith from the right hash across the field to Palacciata. That's a really nice play from the Friar offense.
Yeah, the more I see from Smith, the more I wonder, what can't he do on the field? Airing that one out right there for a tremendous Friar gain.
This is about the time last year where Malvern's offense just took over the football game. The difference here today, LaSalle, the defensive front, they've hung in there and forced Smith to beat them through the air. Let's see. Here's Bates. That's a good run up the middle. And he won't be stopped. They continue to push him. He'll come 1 yard short. Gain of 9 on first down.
Yeah, Bates continuing to move right there, despite a handful of Explorers trying to bring him down. That's a relentless gain.
Picks up 9, 2nd and 1.
Already down to 3 minutes here, Danny.
Yeah, I'm wondering at what point, for these this Explorer defense, does it just get, overbearing the amount of times that they're out on the field and for the length that they're out on the field? Malvern Prep really taking their time with a lot of these drives that could possibly wear down this LaSalle defense, and you just don't want to see that.
That's a good point. Time of possession starts to become a factor.
Zeke Bates in the backfield along with Smith in the shotgun. Smith takes off, has the first down. Pulled down on the play, I think it was by McHugh with a clothesline type tackle.
Yeah, McHugh with another good play. And he's going up against a Notre Dame commit too, so it's definitely not an easy task going up against obviously one of the better linemen in the area. And he's performed well.
Peter Jones going to Notre Dame next year. Logan Demchek heading to Harvard next year at that right guard position. Dylan Kraza, an all-league guard in the Interact last year. Liam Horan going to Air Force at that left tackle position. That's your 4 seniors on the line for Malvern Prep. Highly decorated group. a team that started 6-0 last year when Skylar Smith then went down. Lost to Episcopal Academy and Haverford School. You talk to folks associated with this Malvern Prep program. Those are two games that the team that we saw on this field last year, Ryan, should not have lost to. Smith, a huge, huge loss. Great to see him healthy. It's a team that can play with anybody.
Absolutely. So as a quick aside, my roommate and former college teammate Matt Galambos coaches for Haverford School. So I went to the game last year when the Friars played Haverford, and you're right, completely different team. Smith was injured, and they couldn't really establish any identity offensively. So you're seeing here tonight that it's a different story with Smith back in the game.
And, of course, LaSalle will play the Haverford School in 13 short days. That's a Thursday night kickoff, September 14th. Zeke Bates moves the pile forward. It'll be 3rd down and about 3. And I think it's time to maybe be creative if you're Dave Guerrera here. You're likely in 4-down territory, 3rd down and short. You're almost treating it the way you would in a normal set of downs, maybe a 2nd and short, Ryan, where you can be aggressive and take a shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely something for the Explorers to anticipate here. Like you said, Bob, would be a nice downfield shot.
Because one touchdown will make things really, really tough for LaSalle going up against this Malvern Prep staunch defense. Malvern Prep having some trouble communicating. LaSalle side getting loud. Smith barking out the instructions. We're down to 37 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And Bates spins, won't get the 1st down. Gain of 1, it's 4th and 2, decision time. And they can make that decision in the 4th quarter if they choose with the running clock.
Yeah, Jamel Williams and Kieran Campbell, among other Explorers, just swallowing up that play, setting up a tremendous 4th and short stop, a potential stop for the Explorers here.
They're running out the punter.
Oh, well, maybe not.
Well, with the wind, I don't think, they're not going to snap this before the end of the quarter. They'll think about it.
Yeah, you're right. Well, why make a decision?
Why punt it? Why rush a decision to punt into the wind?
Exactly. That's definitely the smart thing to do in this situation. You have some time now. You'll discuss.
Yeah.
And we've already seen Malvern try to go for it twice, I believe, on 4th down, right? So you would think that maybe they continue to follow suit in the 4th quarter.
There's really no reason not to at this point in the game. Like you said, Bob, another score would completely change the way that this game is played from here on out in terms of the urgency the Explorers would need to play with. That would really, that would be a shock to me if they did not go for it. It seems as if they have every reason in the world to, and that's something that we've seen time and time again they love to do, is go for it on that 4th.
Let's tell you about our friends at E&M Insurance. That's E&M Insurance in North Wales. You can visit them online at eandinsurance.com. Don't worry about that ampersand there. But we want to thank Chris Marr. His family runs a great insurance agency, property and casualty insurance, business or personal. Everybody has home insurance. Everyone has car insurance, renting or buying homes. They can help you through all that process, and it takes about 15 minutes just to give him your policy. Then he'll go through an in-depth breakdown, show you how he can help you. That's Chris Marr at eandminsurance.com. We appreciate their sponsorship. 4th down and 2. The offense back out on the field. First play of the 4th quarter. Bates is hit and spins for the 1st down. Initial contact was behind the line of scrimmage. What a play by the sophomore Bates.
Yeah, a highlight there from Bates. We've seen that all game long, that ability to keep going despite the hit. He uses it to his advantage almost, spins off of that, and gets a tremendous gain for the 1st down.
Yeah, it's just running through contact right there.
And a LaSalle Explorer is down on the play. Out comes Dave Crow, the athletic trainer, the longtime trainer here for LaSalle. As we take a look at what Dave's doing, we will also tell you about CJO Design and Construction, a great landscaping contractor run out of the suburbs of Philadelphia. Chad Ormond, our partner for many years now. We appreciate Chad and all he's done for Bob Long Sports. He also helped my wife and I with a project in our backyard. Does a great job. Maybe you're looking to throw in some new shrubs, redo the mulch, or maybe you have a larger project in mind, a new deck. Something where you're trying to beautify your backyard, host more events for your family and friends. Chad Ormond can take any project, big or small, and do it at a top-notch level. So Visit them at cjodesignandconstruction.com. We thank you, Chad. Ball is at the LaSalle 34-yard line. Pellicciata comes in motion and now sets up in the slot. 4 down linemen for LaSalle dressed in white. Skylar Smith. Pellicciata takes it off the right tackle, cuts up the field. Andrew Pellicciata, Malvern Prep has that second score.
Just a burst of speed through the line of scrimmage. He was untouched. I mean, that was just the Malvern offensive line overpowering the Explorer defensive line, and Pellicciata just bursting through the line of scrimmage for a 6.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it any better, Ryan. You know, Pellicciata just finding the hole and attacking that with an unbelievable amount of acceleration right there. It almost seems as if you could blink your eye and he's already in the end zone.
I'll throw one more thought your way, Ryan. He came into motion and then reset and went back to the slot. And maybe a shot across the bow there. That's blocked. What a play.
Nice.
Joey O'Brien in there on the block. Chris Filippo was close as well. But back to that play. So you come in motion, you stop, you go back. And they didn't see the movement on the LaSalle side of the football that they thought was going to be able to stop it. Hey, run the play, and it worked to perfection.
Absolutely. That's a little of that pre-snap motion that just, you know, gets momentum on the offensive side. And LaSalle just wasn't able to react to it.
Yeah, LaSalle in need of a score more than ever right now just to get their spirits back. Not much time on the clock, you know, 11 minutes and 20 seconds, you know, for 2 drives that both result in scores, that's a tall order. So LaSalle right now, their backs pinned against the wall. What can they do in this situation? The amount of hours that are spent in practice preparing for this situation, we'll see it right now.
Yeah, I mean, you teed it up perfectly. I mean, offensively, haven't been able to put any points on the board. We've been in scoring range a couple times, but, I mean, it's basically do or die now. Definitely need points on this possession. That's essential. And I'm noticing on the Malvern sideline, they're actually viewing the plays with a monitor.
Yeah.
That's pretty high level for high school football.
That is definitely an advantage.
Yeah,
over LaSalle.
I'm not seeing any film or anything on the LaSalle sideline. That's pretty good.
And to do that all in real time is remarkable.
Wind-aided kick through the back of the end zone by Jack Plaze. Well, the time is now, if you're LaSalle, 11:20 to play in this fourth quarter. They have not put up a point in close to 9 quarters. It was a late score, a late field goal in the second half 2 years ago that gave LaSalle a 10-7 win in this building against Malvern Prep. Last year was 35-0 Friars.
Yeah.
And it was my opinion, based upon what I saw, that Malvern Prep was every bit as good, if not better, than they were last year. Now, LaSalle is vastly improved than they were last year as well. It's led to a very competitive defensive football game. 2 big plays the difference at this point. And it's not a streaker per se, thankfully, but it is someone unauthorized to be on the field who's running around.
Try to do a backflip, I think.
And, you know, I think they're going to just kind of say no harm, no foul. I really don't see any security tracking him down. Maybe a hopped fence to the boardwalk away from a nice evening without any trouble. On a quick out, McFadden taken down for no gain.
I'm trying to get McFadden in space there. But I think at this point in the game, you kind of have to push the ball down the field a little bit. These quick hitters to the side, they were proving to be successful early on and helping set up drives. Now I don't know if we have enough time. So I think we need to really air it out and look for some explosives.
By the way, a quick thing, you were talking about the plays that they're watching. They don't have our broadcast up down there for Malvern Prep. They have their own huddle cameras. They're taking video from up top. LaSalle has the same thing as Gavin Sidwar throws it across his body. Nearly found McFadden, but often an ill-advised throw. And again, a later hit there, and LaSalle and Malvern Prep getting into it. Point being is, you know, we were talking about Chad He works with CJO Design and Construction. He runs that for LaSalle as well. But yeah, that's a bigger TV than I've seen.
Nice, yeah.
But yeah, so high school athletics, I guess you didn't have that back in the day, Ryan, huh?
We definitely did not.
Showing our age, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. I just had my 10-year reunion in the spring, Bob.
Wow.
That was fun. That was a great time.
Did you have a good showing?
From 2013, it was a really nice showing.
Sidwar fires across the middle. What a play. Joey O'Brien, and he won't go down. That's a big-time play. Ball might have been a bit overthrown. O'Brien says, I don't think so.
He was able to snatch that ball in between two Malvern defenders. And first off, great ball by Sidwar, and then even a better catch by number 6, O'Brien. And this is what we need. We just said we need explosive plays, and they delivered.
Stevie Davis, he churns forward for 2 yards, maybe 3 in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, loving what we got going right now from the Explorers right there. We saw it happen right there. An electric play. That Sidwar to O'Brien connection is magnificent. But then right there, I love that. Quick, no huddle. You give it to Stevie Davis. You get a couple nice yards out of that. This is what the Explorers need to do to create a nice, methodical drive that would result in a touchdown.
They will need touchdowns. Field goals don't do you anything at this point with 9:44 to play in this fourth quarter. Both teams with the full 3 complement of timeouts remaining. Again, it's Davis. They saw something they liked against that defense, and he sliced up the middle, cut it more than in half. 3rd down and 3. Another look there as he bounces off one tackle. Davis might be a small guy, as we know, but not small in the thighs area. He's not small in the midsection. He can run through guys.
He is tough to bring down. He's just got that low center of gravity and just doesn't go down easily.
Sidwar moves the feet in the pocket, throws it deep, and McFadden, did he bring it down? Incomplete.
Oh, wow, I really thought McFadden had that one. Just squeaked out at the end of that play. It had me convinced.
I know. It was close. That was a flag down in the backfield.
Wow.
Perry DiBartolomeo was the one who broke that up. And it actually kind of felt like the Justin Jefferson catch last year against the Bills, where if the Bills' secondary guy wasn't there, there's no chance that Jefferson actually brings it in, but kind of provided a second hand on the football. Ended up doing a nice job to break it up. The flag would have brought it back either way. 3rd and 13 coming up.
And this seems like a crucial down here. I mean, obviously, we're 2 down territories, but you don't have to get all 13 yards here, but you need to get at least 5 to 6.
Pressure comes, and they set up the screen. Wonderfully executed. The blocking down the field, and Stevie Davis will get close.
Yeah, tremendous screen pass right there from Sidwar to Stevie. Really love what I see. And that offensive line did a great job of bringing in that Malvern defensive line, and they're just creating some space for Stevie to run onto.
Now this makes 4th down more manageable. 4th and 4 is a lot more manageable than 4th and 13, so must convert right here.
Timeout. Dave Guerrera got that timeout in at the wire. And it's a big one. And with this timeout, we'll tell you once again about our good friends at E&M Insurance in North Wales, run by Chris Marr, class of 1989, former Alumni Association president. We talked to Brendan O'Malley at half, and we appreciate all that Chris has done for the board over the years. Servicing the Delaware Valley needs since 1988, E&M Insurance is built on the principles of providing superior customer service and quality insurance solutions for the customers. As an independent agent, E&M works with a select group of highly rated insurance companies who have proven their worth over the years. For any of you in the LaSalle community with youthful age drivers, call E&M Insurance to see if they can improve your coverage and save you money. Look for E&M Insurance on the web at eandminsurance.com or find them on Facebook. Play of the game thus far. They need to get to the 25-yard line for a first down. 4 yards to go. A 4-receiver set. Davis looks open in the flat. He'll fire across the middle, though. First down. Sidwar, great eyes up the field.
Stayed patient in the pocket there and found his receiver. Was that number 4?
Yeah, Dolan
again. For,
big day.
Yeah, huge first down. Obviously keeps LaSalle's hopes alive.
Yeah, huge connection to Dolan right there. And LaSalle right now probably in the best field position they've had all game to get a score.
Sidwar stands in the pocket. Malvern Prep defends well. Sidwar now gets rid of the football. Does he? Not very safely, but it's incomplete.
Wow, that'll make your heart drop right there. As an Explorers fan,
I thought that was way out of bounds. Wow. Sheesh. Yeah, I think throw that one out of bounds. He did take a hit, though. Gavin Sidwar took a hit a little bit late, but, yeah, that would have been a tough one if that was intercepted.
The Explorers right now get a chance to reset here. 2nd down and long from the red zone.
Ball on the 19, need the 9 for a first down. Davis, quick out. Can he make one miss? Able to sneak forward for a couple. 3rd down coming up. Everything from here in 4-down territory. And I like the idea here from Matt Hess and this offensive staff. You do want to get the ball into the hands of your playmakers quickly. Some of the most impressive and sizable plays they've had here today, Ryan, are when the ball's out of Gavin Sidwar's hands very quickly in the flat.
Yeah, we discussed the quick release earlier. They've had a lot of success with that.
That's a forward pass there. Julian McFadden got to move forward. He is driven back. And it'll be 4th down, no gain on the play. Ball needs to get to just inside the 9-yard line. This might be your ball game here on 4th down.
And they try to get McFadden in space, but the Malvern defense just sniffed that out, and 3 defenders picked up McFadden and just dropped him on his back.
The stakes are about as high as they can get right now for the Explorers.
Sidwar scanning, firing to the end zone. McFadden, toe tap, touchdown. Just like that.
What a play right there by Gavin Sidwar, finding his man in stride and the toe tap. Just to confirm, what a play.
Great camera work by Drew Ansel as well. And with 6:22 to go, how big possibly is that blocked extra point on the other side of the field?
Yeah, absolutely massive. And what a play by Sidwar on 4th down to extend, continue to look downfield, and then delivered a phenomenal ball to McFadden.
And we saw the pressure on Sidwar, completely unfazed when he makes that throw. That is a high-quality throw right there. A tremendous play to put the Explorers on the board right now with 6:22 to go.
Now let me ask you guys this. Do we trust our defense and kick to Malvern, or do you do an onside kick?
I think you kick. You got the wind at your back here in the 4th quarter. I think it's a big part of it. You guys?
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm with Bob on this one. You can definitely give this one a boot. Like you said, you have the wind, and 6:22, I think, is enough time for the Explorers to possibly get a 3-and-out quick, get that ball back off a nice punt, and establish some nice field position, ideally.
And we do have 3 timeouts.
Yep.
My only concern is we know Malvern's rushing attack is really, really good, right? Smith is dangerous with his legs. So we're probably going to see the ball on the ground a lot. They're going to try to eat up a lot of clock. So I also agree. I think we have to kick deep and trust our defense. But yeah, this is getting interesting here late in the 4th quarter. This is a ball game.
Yeah, it's a great point you made. You know, LaSalle in need of a stop as soon as humanly possible due to the fact about how long these Malvern drives have taken up.
True. I wish we had some time of possession stats because I think Malvern's definitely dominated.
Yeah, definitely.
By the way, I may have misspoken. Wind in their face. I mean, it's coming off the left shoulder. But Davis's kick is recovered there at the 10-yard line. Out he comes. That's a big start for Achilles Tucker Turner out to the 37-yard line. So here comes the Malvern Prep offense. A last word with that offensive coaching staff on the right-hand side of your screen. Ryan, you said it. If you can take 6 minutes off the clock. You don't give LaSalle the ball back.
Yeah.
You walk out of here with a victory.
Yeah, and that's what's dangerous. I mean, we already discussed the 3 D1 commits, or sorry, the 3 college commits on the Malvern O-line. They've run the ball very efficiently, very effectively tonight, so I'm betting that they're continuing to do that.
Zayd Johnson takes the give, evades 1 tackle. And Zayd Johnson makes what should have been a loss a gain of 4 on first down.
Yeah, Zayd Johnson right there making the most of that. As we saw, a lot of pressure from the Explorers on him, but still manages to get a nice little gain.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Do we have a play clock out here? You guys see one?
It's held by the official on their watch. I don't believe they have one here at the stadium.
Maybe a stopwatch
Because
call.
I'm sure they're going to be running it down to the last 2 seconds, trying to just chew that clock up.
The official will always call it out at 10.
Okay.
Handoff. A nice gain right up near that first down marker. Initial spot looks good for the first down. Chris Smith. And this is exactly what Malvern Prep wants to do, not only running the clock, guys, but stretching that defense, that kind of zone and gap protection that LaSalle is looking to have at one point, at any point. Skylar Smith can pull it, knife it up the middle. That's when LaSalle could get themselves into trouble.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you hand it off to these backs who have been solid all night, and then Smith is dangerous with his own legs. So it's really like pick your poison.
Chris Smith off the right tackle, another good gain on first down. He got about half of what was needed. 2nd down and 5 coming up.
These 4 or 5 yard gains are so lethal from the Friars' perspective because they can keep on using the ground and pound method to finish this one off. And this really, more than anything, is a test of the Explorers' toughness.
Absolutely. I agree. And you know what's coming, too, right?
Yep.
It's the 4th quarter. They have a 6-point lead. The LaSalle defense knows what's coming. So you just have to man up and try to make plays.
Smith now alone in the shotgun. It's Pellicciata coming in motion. He scored on this type of play last time. Not that time. Carson Wakefield for LaSalle came up and made the play. Jack Luthi was in the area as well. Dylan Clare ended up wrapping him up.
Brings up 3rd down. It's 3rd and short, but still, we can force
a decision
stop right here.
Yeah,
force
a
decision. Exactly. That's a win for LaSalle.
And a player hurt on the field. Some of the great training staff will come out to look at him, and while they do, we'll tell you one more time about our friends at Next Play Basketball. It's an AAU basketball organization that is just rocking and rolling right now. They have teams from 3rd to 12th grade, boys and girls. It's run by Matt Paul, who has a great history and experience in coaching AAU basketball throughout the years. Really good training as well. Our buddy Ryan Ansel coaches the LaSalle basketball team. Some really good synergy there with some of those players. If you're looking to get better at basketball, if you're looking to improve your standing, improve your handles, improve your shot, whatever it might be, you're going to want to learn about that next play mentality and visit them on Facebook at Next Play Basketball. There's always new teams and things that you can be part of and move up through the ranks. Next Play does a wonderful job. We thank Matt Paul for his sponsorship of ours. I know we're all looking forward to LaSalle basketball season this winter. 3:46 to play. They start the clock on the official's whistle. Again, it was an injury that stopped the play. So Skylar Smith will take that play clock down. And on 3rd and 2, he'll take it himself off tackle. Matt Wills can't quite get there. It's going to be really, really close. The initial spot has a first down by a half yard.
That's just a really nice individual effort out of Smith. The LaSalle defender came bursting through the line of scrimmage, but Smith just too quick, too elusive, and was able to tumble forward for a massive Friar first down.
Yeah, Smith has just been fearless in this quarter, but not only the quarter, the game. For a lot of these runs, he's sacrificing his body for a lot of these, solo gains, and these are huge for the Friars. They continue this drive, which has been taking up so much of the clock.
Couple of first downs here, guys.
Yeah.
And that might be it. LaSalle does have the full 3 timeouts remaining. Chris Smith, he knifes forward, keeps the legs churning, and has 6. 2nd down and 4 coming up. Whistles as one of those LaSalle defenders is down on the play. And I think it might be Luthi. That's a big loss if he can't get back out there. Again, the great training staff from LaSalle taking a look at him. Certainly hope that he's all right, as both teams will retire to their respective sidelines.
And,
really good to see Luthi up on his feet.
He was up quickly. It might have been a slight cramp, and this could be a little bit of some gamesmanship here. You just stop the clock a little bit, you know. But it's late in the game, so guys cramp up, but basically effectively stop the clock without using a timeout. I think at Pitt we used to have a signal from the sideline for guys to go down and fake an injury to stop the clock. I forget what it was, but that was definitely in the game plan sometimes.
You are not supposed to out Pat Narduzzi like that. I am certain.
Oh, hey, that's not just a Pitt thing. Trust me.
No, I know that.
That's industry wide.
Smith with 2:10 and ticking. 2nd down and 4. Andrew Pellicciata comes in motion. Smith keeps it himself and is taken down. It's a sack, a loss of 1 yard, and LaSalle takes its first timeout of the second half.
Yeah, well, a huge response there from LaSalle to set up a big 3rd down right there. Even though it's only 1 yard, a sack is a sack, pushing the Friars back just a little bit here. This is a huge play. This could decide the game, just these next 2 plays alone.
Oh, yeah.
This is where you make your money here
yeah.
as a coach. Part of me would love to say a read option with Smith to pull it and throw the ball here, because it is the last thing that LaSalle is expecting, and for good reason, right? Because an incomplete pass stops the clock, sets up a difficult decision on 4th down. In theory, gives LaSalle more to think about. They don't have to take that timeout. But the reward is ending the ball game.
Is icing it, exactly. So, I mean, we've seen Malvern basically do exactly what we said at the start of this drive. They've run it every single time. They've eaten up, I think they started this drive at 6 minutes, 50 seconds, so they've eaten up about 4 minutes, 4+ minutes of clock here. So, massive 3rd down.
Stay with us after the game as well, folks. We're going to head down and grab an interview with somebody. We don't know who. Who's the winning team going to be? That's a big play in LaSalle's favor. Dylan Clare makes the stop.
What a massive sack. They potentially were in field goal range with their college kicker, their college commit kicker. Now they drove him back to the 42-yard line. It would be a +7. It would be a 59-yard field goal attempt, which is far for high school. That's not going to happen. No.
It also takes a potential go for it on 4th down and end it out of the equation. Loss of 6 on the play.
What a huge play.
Yeah, that right there is a X-factor play right there, a game changer. Dylan Clare coming in, being the difference maker right here and giving the Explorers a chance at a nice, 2-minute drill, chance at some glory.
Yeah.
All right, send the house if you're LaSalle. They've gotten guys into the backfield before, nearly blocked 1 punt. They did block an extra point, which keeps this game at just a 6-point differential.
And now we have to be smart with receiving this punt. We saw a punt caught, fair caught on the 3-yard line. With the wind at this punter's back, he's going to be flirting with that end zone. So a touchback is a win.
Plaze, that is a high end-over-end kick. And it got some backspin on it, down at the 10-yard line. Really nicely done by the Wake Forest commit.
Yeah, nice punt out of Plaze. He's had a really solid day. Hung that one up nicely, and the Friars are able to down it at the 10. Now the Explorers have to go 90 yards. 90 yards, one timeout. It's a tall task.
Shout out to our buddy Will Ryan, who is up at Boston College right now, going to steal his line. Time for a little game reset.
Yep.
1:38 to go. Fourth quarter, LaSalle has one timeout remaining. Malvern Prep has two. It's a 6-point game, and a big part of that reason is because of a blocked extra point when the game was 13-0 after Malvern's second offensive touchdown of the day. LaSalle came back. They scored a touchdown on a broken play. Gavin Sidwar found Julian McFadden, and now it's a one-score game. Sidwar fires towards the sideline, going up high to get it, and out of bounds. Gain of 6. Des Ortiz able to find his way to the sideline and create a big target.
Yeah, positive play, and we got out of bounds. So,
beg your pardon, J.P. Oates on the catch.
Yeah, you know, in LaSalle, they understand what it's like to be pinned back deep. There have been a lot of drives that have started back way in their own territory. So, you know, maybe playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder here with 1:30 on the clock.
Sidwar steps up, and again, this time finds Jimmy Dolan. Darn near double-digit catches, I think, for him today. Really good day.
We don't have our statistician here today. However, I would agree. He's caught a lot of balls. He's been super effective. And another positive game for LaSalle.
We miss Brendan Olimpo here, Ryan. He is a freshman at St. Joe's. I'm sure to do great things within that athletic program. Hope he's doing well and watching alongside here tonight. So LaSalle, they've gotten 2 pitches and catches, both getting out of bounds, saving the timeout, and managing the clock. 1:25 to go. Sidwar evades once again, and he'll get out of bounds. Gain of just a few. Second down.
Sidwar not satisfied with his options down the field, decides to take that one and run. Doesn't get too much.
A particularly big gust of the wind, too, here, guys. They got to go right into it.
Yeah, and notice the Malvern secondary. Look how far back they're playing from the line of scrimmage. I mean, they're almost 15 yards off the ball, so they're just keeping the LaSalle offense in front of them. They're not going to give up any explosive plays, so look to take advantage of the middle of the field. Usually the middle of the field is exposed in these type of situations.
The type of game we were hoping for here on a Friday night. Sidwar. Dolan is hit hard. He held onto the football, a gain of 3. Clock runs.
Huge hit.
This clock continues to run as we near the final minute of the game. The Explorers not showing any signs of stopping, however.
How about Perry DiBartolomeo making that stop? 3rd and 6. Davis caught the screen, has the first down. 50 seconds on the clock. They'll stop the clock momentarily as they reset the chains. About 7 seconds to get that play off. Sidwar fires it deep and just throws it out of bounds. Now here's a question. Officials come in to talk about it. Where was the nearest receiver? Sean Clifford for Penn State called for a similar intentional grounding penalty last year, and they've determined that that was not the case there. The defensive player in everyone here might want that to be called, though.
Yeah. That's right. Loss of downs and 15 yards.
Yeah.
Or 10. I think it's 10 or 15. I'm not positive.
And a running clock like that inside a minute.
Yes.
Clock adjustment, too.
That would have been massive.
Oates gets out of bounds. Couple seconds did come off the clock there. 32 seconds left. 3rd and 5.
It's not a bad chunk, but just not a lot.
It's important to get out of bounds right there. It's definitely important to get out of bounds. Thankfully, able to stop that clock with just over half a minute left. Now it really brings into question, at what point do the Explorers just take a downfield shot?
Yeah, right. Just let a receiver make a play.
Sidwar O'Brien, and that's going to come back, but they're going to decline the penalty, I think, because it's going to be 4th down and short. Let's see. It's going to be a block in the back against LaSalle. I would have to imagine they're going to talk to head coach Dave Guerrero and ask him what he wants to do here.
Yep.
I don't know. What do you think, Ryan Winslow? Do you want one less play you need to stop them on, or do you want to give them 10 more yards on the offensive side for LaSalle that they need to drive?
I'd accept the penalty and push them back. It is tempting, though, to bring them to 4th down, but I think I would accept the penalty. LaSalle's offense really hasn't shown that they're going to push the ball down the field on this drive, so I'd accept and trust your defense.
Third down and 14 yards. The line to gain is the LaSalle 47.
These are the moments you dream of
and
right
that
here.
Clock is ticking, guys. It's down to 14. They haven't snapped the ball. 10 seconds ran off. Sidwar fires it as far as he can. And it's intercepted. That'll be your ball game. What a play. What a game. Owen Mears puts the cap on it.
Flags on the play.
I think it's on LaSalle.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice play by the Friars defense. That seals it.
Yep.
Yeah, Friars defense really played well all night. You just have to tip your cap to them. They're going to be a good team. They're definitely going to make noise in the Interact this year.
Yeah, definitely. A tremendous defensive showing right there.
Yeah.
A pick just to cap it off. Just I think a showing of a little bit too little, too late for LaSalle. Really trying to pick up their offensive stride later in the game. That could have been used in the first and second quarter to establish some momentum.
I agree. And it was desperation time.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know what? It's still a young LaSalle team. They'll learn from this, and I really think Malvern's going to make waves this year again.
Yeah, I mean, think about how stacked this Malvern team is, and to only really let up 13 points and have it end off a 1 point. Our one-score ball game, I think, is definitely it's a stepping stone for this Explorer team, and you can learn a lot from a game like this.
Yeah.
All right. I will be down, and I'll be speaking with Dave Guerrera and our player of the game from Malvern Prep in just a moment. One knee will do it. The battle at the beach is won by Malvern Prep for the 2nd consecutive year. And fitting that a big-time defensive play is the things that ends it.
Yeah, low-scoring defensive battle here at the Jersey Shore. Malvern is a solid team and played really well tonight. They deserve the win.
Yeah, definitely. We really saw just such a tremendous defensive showing, adding on from what you said, Ryan. This Malvern team is definitely out for vengeance. They are playing with a hunger, with a chip on their shoulder after last year, losing the Interact, which they had their sights set on. Yep. This year, you can tell it'll be a different year for the Friars. But a tip of the cap to the Explorers as well. Really a tremendous showing all 4 quarters throughout the game. Couldn't really find the mojo offensively, but how about that defense right there? Yeah. How stacked this Malvern Prep offense is. To only let up 13 points, I think, is really impressive.
Yeah, there's always positives you can take away from a loss, and I think you have to kind of figure out your offensive stride, right? Figure out some more consistency. Maybe establish the run game a little bit more. Figure out if you can take more deep shots. But like we've said, Malvern is a legitimate team, and they deserve the win. They're bombing the field. They're storming the field here. This might be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely interesting. They're kind of building something of a mob close to a lot of the LaSalle helmets.
I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully nothing's said in that
happens. Yeah,
scenario. We've seen it time and time again. Fan bases mixing with the players isn't always a good combination.
But it looks like it's all good.
Yeah,
nothing happened. But
that's good to see. Definitely, you want to see these teams at the stadium year in and year out, and
for sure
build a nice tradition with two, local powerhouses in the region.
I apologize for interrupting here, guys. Dave Guerrero is going to talk to his team for just a moment, and we'll try our best to grab him as well as Andrew Pellicciata. Dave Guerrero is with us here, an emotional Dave Guerrero after one heck of a victory here from Ocean City, New Jersey. The Malvern name travels down here at the shore, doesn't it?
It sure does. We have unbelievable support that, come down here for this game. We're lucky, we're lucky to have so many fans and so many supporters travel with us, and you can hear them tonight. It was great. It definitely helped our boys. It gave us definitely a good jolt.
Andrew Pellicciata really put a jolt into this one with that big touchdown run in that fourth quarter. What is so special about him?
He is he can do a lot of things, on the field, and he can do a lot of them really well. He can run, he can catch, he can block. He's just, he can throw too. But he has an array of tools, and he uses all of them, and he's just a really dangerous player for defense.
This is a big-time rivalry. It's non-league. LaSalle and the PIAA, you guys in the Interact, but this seems to mean something to both schools. Why?
It does. I think a lot of these guys know each other. I think a lot of LaSalle kids and a lot of Malvern kids, they know each other. Social media has made it really easy, to connect, with each other. But, actually a lot of them interact down the shore. So it actually is it's a great game because that's where they kind of know each other. And I think that rivalry's built over the last, 3 years down here. We've played in the past, but it just seems like, this venue has really upped the, the rivalry.
Dave, this is game one for you guys, certainly, but you've already encountered a lot. A state champ in DePaul that you guys saw in the scrimmage, a really much improved LaSalle team. We were commenting on how much better LaSalle was. I think you guys got better this year, too. This has to feel good going into week 2.
Oh, it does. Yeah, no, I think coming off the scrimmage, we felt good. But, we knew we had a heavyweight coming up, and, we really wanted to cut down on mistakes, really limit mistakes. We did okay there, but LaSalle gave us everything. Coach Steinmetz is an unbelievable coach. The whole staff did a great job. The whole offense is, they're unbelievable. It's a fast break offense, and their defense played us really tough. So, yeah, overall, I was really impressed with them. But we knew going into the game that, what we said is like, this is going to be a heavyweight fight for 4 quarters, and whoever kind of, flinches in the end, ultimately will lose the game. And I think they took that to heart.
One word on your defense before you go. I mean, 3 guys in particular stood out. Udo, a couple more sacks, had a great game in this one last year. Zay Johnson, a great game. Owen Mears got the interception to end it. But it's a unit concept for you guys. What makes the defense work so well together?
Absolutely. I think, Coach Joe Carr, our defense coordinator, he's been here now with me for 5 years. He does an unbelievable job getting our defense ready. They do a great job of leverage. They do a great job running to the ball. And we just play a real physical style that I think translates well.
You mind if I go grab Andrew here real quick? Hey, you mind giving us a moment here, Andrew? We're here on the post-game broadcast, live feed here, looking up there. Congrats on a big win. Game-winning touchdown run. How did it feel out there today?
I mean, it was awesome. Our defense came up big at the end there and held them to 7, which was great, and allowed our offense to keep the ball for a while. And, yeah.
We told your story a bit during the game, how you started on the defensive side last year, played some quarterback at times when Skyler went down, now full-time offense as well as playing on the defensive end. What is that like, and how does it feel playing offense and running for pay dirt like that?
I mean, it's definitely a lot harder physically on your body, and you get tired pretty easy, but it's really fun. I love it.
So that's just game 1, long season ahead of you guys, but what was the challenge coming into tonight, and how do you guys feel coming off of this one?
I mean, their offense looked great on film. I mean, their QBs got fast wide receivers, good back, and we just had to get pressure on their QB and lock them up in the back.
Well, thank you for doing this. Enjoy your long weekend here, and congrats.
Thank you.
Andrew Pellicciata with us. Thanks for being here. Danny, I'll let you close up shop up there.
Well, of course, Bob, great words there from Pellicciata, as well as head coach Dave Guerrera. Just kind of an understatement there. Like he said, this is definitely a friendly rivalry here between these two schools. Always good to see it year in and year out, and hopefully this is a continued tradition here down the shore from Carey Stadium in Ocean City, New Jersey. 13-7, your final score. The Friars start the year off 1-0 in their season opener. The Explorers fall to 1-1, and we will see you guys next week with that game for the Explorers from Bishop McDevitt out in central Pennsylvania near Harrisburg. Looking forward to that coverage, but until then, signing off, I'm your color broadcaster, Danny Rovey, and on Bob Long Sports.